Hi guys, so welcome to my video on the party zone. The table is not so complicated in terms of rule set and scoring opportunities, but it has quite a few neat tricks that you can use to your advantage to really maximize your score. Yeah, I played it not for too long, but the whole time that I played it, I just kept on figuring out new things. And I'm sure if I keep on playing, I'll find out more things to do on it. For your reference, I'll also include a table map, and the table map you can download from an IMGO link that I also include down there. And then also for your reference, I include timestamps, and these timestamps can help you if you only want to take a look at a specific thing. Please provide feedback if you feel like it. I'll really appreciate it, and I'll see how and if I can improve if there's anything specific. So thank you and enjoy the video. Taking a look at the table map, number 2, the rocket lane, number 6, the center eject hole, and number 8, the comic eject hole are probably the most important shots. Okay, so first off I'm going to start by showing you some of the dangerous shots on classic single player. I've only played a couple of games, but this happened so many times. I'm only showing you a few examples. You can see each one going up that back to bob lane. They just end up falling straight down again. Yeah, so that's not nice, but at least you can do something about it. You just give a proper nudge to the left or the right just before it comes out. There we go, and you end up saving it most of the time. That also works in classic arcade, even though it's not as dangerous as during classic single player. I'm just showing you nudging for a bangback doesn't work nearly as well in classic single player. In the games I played, I wasn't able to get it right, but I'm sure I should be able to get one or two. But you'll see later in classic arcade, it just works so much better and easier. Yeah, so now we're looking at my main game. Start off with a skill shot, which is to the right of the roll over lanes. Got it there, 1,000,000 points. And then the rocket ramp is my main ramp that I always go for. It's the easiest one and safest for me. And then that comic eject hole, I do that in tandem. So in this case, it started me off brilliantly with an instant multiball. I started off with a full launch because I wanted the ball to stay in the bumpers a bit longer while I deal with the second ball. So now I'm just shooting back and forth between the rocket ramp and the comic eject hole, and I just keep on doing that. I don't even bother about trying to shoot the ball up to the back to bob lane. Well, there I did, but that wasn't on purpose. It was a miss shot. The comic eject hole. You can see in classic arcade, even if the ball goes to the back to bob lane, it's not as dangerous as during classic single player, but I did nudge there to save it. And there we go. I didn't mention it, but I also nudged the ball over from the one flipper to the other one for a nudge pass. Very easy to do on this table compared to most of the other Williams tables in classic arcade. So, nice big bang there, nice points on this table. Just for comparison's sake, I'm showing you what it looks like, the happy hour and big bang for classic single player. It's beautifully done and it looks really nice, but I must admit, unfortunately for me, the fireworks are just a bit too much. You'll see now what I mean. Or maybe not, maybe for you it's not a problem. I'm sure there's people that enjoy it, but I just find that it's too much in your face and just at the wrong time. If you have a miscue on the ball, you are going to lose it. And it did happen to me on some of my other attempts. So same story, it's much easier to control the ball, but I keep on shooting up the rocket ramp and the comic eject hole. And now I must just lock the second ball. There's a nice nudge pass again. Oops, bricked it, but so easy to control the ball. And there we go. A big bang for classic single player as well. Okay, so back to my main game, still continuing with the multiball after the big bang. You can still score quite a few points, but this one I didn't do too well. If I could just get the balls under control and shoot it. Unfortunately that left ball I lost, else I could have shot it up to the comic eject hole like that and might have been able to score a lot of points. You can see 2 times the playfield is activated after the happy hour. And that is very valuable on this table. But unfortunately I lost the ball there. And I'm not so good with the bangback on the left side, but on the right side I'm quite successful. So let's try for the skill shot again. Right next to that nut. Yep, and lost the ball. At this point I thought, oh no, I'm messing up a great start again. But luckily for me it worked out and I ended up putting up a nice score. Skill shot, there we go, third one. You can see it increases by 1,000,000 each time you hit it. So if you get lots of extra balls and the game carry on, you can actually score a lot of points just from that. The big bouncer, and the reason for that is that you must first, after your first happy hour, you must first hit that central eject hole. But for now I'm first going for the extra ball. There we go, it's lit. Got it. Another extra ball. So to light up the center eject hole, you must hit those 2 little targets to the left and right of it, those stand-up targets. I think it's called request and time. Okay, let's see if I can bring the ball under control. Still first going up the rocket ramp. I think I'm busy building it up to 2 million. You can see each shot up there adds another 100,000 to the value for what you get for hitting it. There we go, I got the... Oh no. Oh, a nice bangback. Yes, on this table it's actually too easy to do. But for now I'm making use of it. But I'm sure then at some point, maybe when they bring in the volume 4 flippers to these tables, that they will turn down the nudging quite a bit, because it's just a bit too much. I don't think it will play like that in real life. So for your second multiball after the first happy hour, you only have to hit that center eject hole once. And then you can shoot the 3 balls through the cosmic cottage lane to start the next happy hour. There we go. Oh, it fell out. Unfortunately, let's try again. Nope, missed it. That's quite a dangerous shot, that miss shot on the classic single player. On the classic arcade, it's not that dangerous. So just look out for that. Not that you can do much about it if you miss it. 1,900 points per shot up the rocket lane now. It maxes out at 2 million. Okay, so I just started the dance contest there. It's not worth a lot, so I don't really bother about that much. You anyways get points just for going on with a normal game. Here we go, maximize the rocket lane, the Ozone Plus. And now we start our next happy hour. I started off with a full launch so that the ball kind of stays a bit longer up into the bumpers. I lost a bit, I didn't have a clean shot, but there we go, saved it up the rocket ramp, and now I'm shooting for the comic eject hole with the second ball as well. Okay, control that left ball. Luckily my aim is good for the rocket ramp. There There we go, still good with my aim there. Lucky there with the ball being a bit out of control. Still lucky. Usually the ball you'll see later in the game they can disappear very quickly during this mode. Comic ejectile. I'm actually not playing too well here, but I was very lucky, so I'll take that. Okay, still not close to getting the big bang, so that I can lock the ball. You need to build it up to 7 million. If you're uncertain about anything, just refer to the guides that I have linked in the description. Successful Bangback there again, worked out well. Okay, big bang is lit. Great. Let's get this second shot in. Bricked it a bit, but it bounced out safely. Weep. Still able to control it. And here we go, great. 2 big bangs in one game. Not too bad. And that one I got more than the base 20 million. Just because the jackpot builds up as you carry on in a game for all main shots that you hit. It can apparently go up to 100 million, but yeah, I've only reached low 20 millions, probably because I get it too frequently or so. I'm not sure. Okay, nice dead flip bounce there. So now I'm gonna go up the rocket ramp. Oops, unfortunately missed it. If I haven't mentioned it yet, shooting up the rocket ramp and into the comic eject hole straight after that, and then back up the rocket ramp. If you can get that combo right, you can score a lot of points on this table. Okay, so now I'm busy with a mode called Eat, Drink and Be Merry. You light it up by hitting that bank of targets on the left. First shot up the rocket ramp, second one comic eject, and then the third one into the center eject hole. And I got it there. It's not worth that many points. Got 12 million here because of double the play field, but you'll see later in the game it actually cost me because I went for it and I shouldn't have. So straight away the mode started again. I must have hit all those targets on the left. So I don't know why, but I wanted to go for the Be Merry. There my multiplier was up to 8 times, which is great, but unfortunately, because I went for the Be Merry, it cost me, and yeah, it's definitely not worth it. So yeah, remember to resist. Okay, so I was upset, so I forgot about the skill shot, but luckily on this table, if you miss the skill shot, there's a short ball saver, even though there's nothing flashing or so, and you can try again. But if you do get the skill shot, just remember that there's no ball saver then, so you will lose the ball if you don't get it under control. Okay, missed the shot. I was going straight for the Cosmic Cottage lane, but that's not such an easy shot as going straight for the comic eject hole. So because I'm now on my third multiball, you have to hit those 2 targets next to the center eject hole, the request and time targets, and then hit the center eject hole before you can shoot another ball in towards happy hour. there's 3 shots up there, Cosmic Cottage Lane. But I was lucky again, and I got the instant multiball. That does count as happy hour for multiball, so like I did in the first minute or so of the game, I had to then get that center ejectile shot after I hit those 2 targets next to it, before I could then start locking balls towards the second happy hour. But anyways, for that one I also got an instant multiball. So far I haven't had to do too much, because I've been lucky with instant multiballs. So to double the playfield, each shot up that rocket ramp is worth 4 million points, which is really not bad. So if you can keep the ball alive and you're good with the shots up the rocket ramp and the comic eject hole, you can actually score a lot of points and get extra balls. And that's what I did there. I thought before I lost the ball there. I thought before I continue playing, I'll first get that next extra ball. I didn't get it, but luckily I had another one in tow. So if I got it now, I would still be on ball 2. Okay, missed the skill shot, which is to the right of those rollover targets, between that and the comic eject hole. But because I missed it, there was a short ball saver, so I could try again. It adds up very nicely. This is already 5 million for my 5th skill shot. So with many extra balls like that one, you can actually build it up quite high and end up earning a lot of points from that. Okay, eat, drink and be merry as lit again. Yes, unfortunately I went for it again. I don't know why, it's not worth it that much in the game. But yeah, unfortunately I did. What I was actually doing before I got sidetracked with trying to go for it, you can hear it counting down, so it kind of got me. Yes. I hope with volume 4 flipper physics that I will be able to do tip passes like I can do on Hurricane, because that would have been very helpful for that ball I just lost there. So I told myself, if I get well, let me just show you this. If you go for those, oh, I completely missed it there. If you go for those request and time stand-up targets to light the center eject hole, it's much safer to do it from the flipper on the same side as the hole you want to light up. Okay, there I let the ball go again to get another skill shot, or try another skill shot because I missed it. Let's see if I get it. Yes, 7 million already, so it really adds up nicely. Okay, another instant multiball. So I really got a lot in this game, and even though I got a nice score, I could have had a much better score if I just capitalized on those multiballs. But yeah, that one was a bit unfair. It just didn't work out. The ball got shoved down the center before I even had a chance to think about it. So 13 more shots to go for the next extra ball. After each extra ball up the rocket lane, you have to, it adds another additional 7 or 8 shots before you can get the next one. So it starts off with 5 and then 9, and yeah, I can't remember. There was a nice bangback from the left side. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't usually get it right. So I told myself, when I get to 300 million, I'm going to try something else, because I figured out if you shoot that way out of control lane, after 10 shots it's worth 10 million a shot, and if you have double the playfield, then you can actually get 20 million a shot. So this is from another game, double playfield is not on, but in short succession. I did edit a little bit, but it was really in short succession. I ended up getting 40 million just from 4 quick shots. Double the playfield was on, that would have been 80 million. So yeah, the potential for having that one brilliant lucky game on this table to score huge is there. So yeah, that's why I like this table. I think my game is gonna end the day, unfortunately. But I like this table because it's relatively straightforward, but there's quite a few scoring opportunities that if you play cleverly, you can maximize them and take an average game to suddenly a huge score. So it's the kind of table that keep on inviting you to just try once more. So it's not like white water or so that's going to keep you busy for a long time with the challenge of trying to get the vacation jackpot. But for a few quick games in succession, this one is great. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, please let me know in the comments how I can improve. Thank you.